lasting impact on the generations to come. So be extra careful of the things that you decide to do today. Starting to live a life that you control begins with you being intentional about the decisions that you are making about your future goals or the place where you want to get to. Don't trust other people with your future by them making decisions on your behalf. Rather, make decisions by yourself, of course, with the guidance of God and those who genuinely care and are concerned about you. Hold on to your beliefs so tight, because they are the ones that helps you to make decisions. Deciding to live a positive life is a day-to-day decision that we make. Like being intentional about making these decisions. So welcome to the Spotlight, where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. With me. I was asking, is it important for me to always say my name? But anyways, for the sake of those that are here for the first time, I will say my name. My names are Shilesha Joyce Mokonda. So please do follow, share, comment, and tag somebody. To say the Spotlight is on a Saturday. Remember, we come here every Saturday at 18 p.m. Yes. So today we are talking about effective decision making. That's what we're talking about today. Because this 2025, the goal is to ensure that we make decisions that are actually going to help us become a better people, that are going to help us build better relationships, better careers, better wealth, better wealth, and just better our lives in general, So the first question is, what is effective decision making? So I have asked that question. Drop a comment, your answer, what comes to your mind when somebody says decision making or effective decision making? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Drop an answer there. I'm going to wait for 5 seconds so that I can be able to read your comment. Kumana 5 seconds. All right. So in my definition, I would say effective decision making is the ability to utilize available information to weigh the situation at hand, analyzing both the advantages and the disadvantages in order for you as a person to be able to make an informed decision. So in simpler terms, we're saying you want to make a decision about something. So you sit down, you think through it, you look at the advantages and the disadvantages of whatever options that you have on the decision that you want to make. All right? So if there is option A and option B, so you sit down, you think about option A, the advantages of option A and the disadvantages, then B, the advantages and disadvantages of option B. So that's basically what we're saying. And then at the end of the day, after you have thought through the advantages and the disadvantages of both options, or all the options that you have, then you make an informed personal decision. All right? Informed personal decision. Then decision making, we can define it as an act of choosing between two or more courses of action. Okay, say there is this, there is also this. Okay, cool. What am I going to choose? So just you being able to choose one thing over the other. That is what we call decision making or choice. Then consequences. So we can define consequences as the results of what happens after a particular decision or a particular choice has been made. All right? So it's coming down from the advantages and the disadvantages. Once you decide something, the results or what follows after you've made that decision, those are what we call the consequences of your action. So which can either be positive or be negative. When it's positive, it draws you closer to the goal. When it's negative, it kind of draws you away from the goal. kind of away from the goal, because there is like, if the decision that you made resulted into something that is going to delay you, so it kind of pushes you a bit further from the goal. But of course, even if it pushes you further from the goal, I believe there is a lesson that can be picked up from the decision that was made, or from the negative situation that has happened after you have made a decision. So each and every day of our lives, we're constantly making decisions. Like, we're constantly making decisions. We have like small decisions, like what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to wear, am I gonna go out or am I gonna stay indoors? And we have big decisions like what career path to take, whether to quit your job to start a business, or to stay in business and to stay in the job and do a side hustle, who to marry, how many kids you're gonna have, investing or not investing, like those big decisions, buying land or not buying land, which one is important, should I build a house first or buy a car, and all of those things. So like the small decisions, and then there are big decisions. So each decision that we make, is accompanied by consequences. Regardless of how small the decision is accompanied by consequences. So let's be very careful even as we go on and make these decisions in our lives. Like, let's be very careful. Like, let's be very conscious and very intentional as we make these decisions. Let's not make decisions that are going to delay our progress or delay us getting to the goal. So remember, every decision that you make has an impact on yourself as well as the younger generation. So the decisions that our parents, like most of us, are affected by the decisions that our parents made when they were probably our age. So the decisions that you're making, you as a young person today, they may not directly affect you, but they are likely to affect a generation that is coming after you. And remember, whatever is deemed not necessary in our generation, the generations to come, they will not be able to count that as something valuable. So let's make sure that even as we make these decisions will still carry our values and still be able to carry our beliefs and still be able to carry our culture with them. All right? So now, at this particular point, we are going to look at things that distorts or twists our decision making. What are some of the things that can cause you not to make a right decision? Some of the things that can cause you to distort or kind of deviate from making a right decision, you know? So on this one, thumbs up to Kasuli. Thumbs up to Kasuli. Kasuli, what's up? Anyways, yes, so number one is peer pressure and social media. So most of the decisions that we make are usually traced down to our family and friends. Like most of the decisions that we make, we'll be able to realize to say, "This decision apangile," the grandmother, the mother, or the dad, or the best friend. That we'll be able to trace them. This is because our family and friends, they hold an important part in our lives. Hence, most of the times we listen to them, right? Like most of the times we listen to them. And then social media as well. Like the people that you follow have the ability to influence you when it comes to the decisions that you make. This is because whatever that you feed your mind with is what will begin to run in your mind. And even as you make decisions, you'll be able to base them based on the things that are running in your mind. So let's be very careful of the people that we're following on social media, all right? Because they can influence us. You discover that somebody was just dark and fair. The next minute, because their social media is full of people that are light-skinned, the next minute, you know? Like you were just a guy who was okay, everything was fine and stuff like that. Based on the people that you are following, for the next minute, nose piercing and all of those things. Not that I'm saying nose piercing is bad. Yes. So let's just be careful of the people that we follow on social media because they have the ability to influence our decision making. So peer pressure is number one. There is a lot of peer pressure on social media, in universities. there's a lot of peer pressure. So that controls or distorts our ability to actually make informed decisions, because there is somebody who is like a pushing force telling us to do what sometimes is not what we would actually do. Yeah. So, and then number 2 is impulse decision making. A number of us don't actually think twice about the decisions that we're making. Like the decision has the ability to change your life, to impact your life, but then without thinking about it, you just decide to do it. How? You didn't think about the positives, you didn't think about the negatives, you didn't analyze the situation at all, but you just made a decision. Hence, there is a lot of wrong things that have gone in our lives because of impulse decision making. Then number 3 is trying to impress people. A number of us have made decisions because we are trying to impress people. Huh? Yo! In these streets, in these communities, in these universities. Like this person, their values, their beliefs, under normal circumstance, they can't do what they have decided to do. But because they are trying to impress someone, they are trying to impress their friends, they are trying to look cool, they're trying to look chilled, they're trying to look like they are not bundiks and stuff like that, they are not bundu and stuff like that. Hence, they make decisions just because they are trying to impress this other person or these other people. So that also distorts our ability to make informed or effective decisions because we are trying to impress another person. Then the other thing is lack of experience and ignorance. So as long as you do not have enough information about the decision that you're about to make, you're doomed to make a wrong decision. There is no two ways about it. As long as the decision that you're about to make, you have not thought about the consequences of it, you have not thought about the negatives and the good. As long as you've not just thought, as long as you don't have information about what you are about to do, you are deemed to make a wrong decision. That's the whole reason why back in school we used to have a guidance teacher. I don't know if they still have guidance teachers right now, but back in school we had guidance teacher. Yeah. I still remember their names from Vera Chiruba Basic School and Kablonga Girls. So the whole reason why we would go to a guidance teacher is because we need guidance on probably the career that you're going to take. Now, even right now, the whole reason why we have youth pastors, we have counselors in the church and all of these things, it's because those people are there to help us to make informed decisions. You tell them to say, this is what I am trying to do, and then you will be able, these are the options that I have. Then you'll be able to think through with someone on what can be done. So you'll be able to look at the positive and the negative side of whatever choice that you would want to make. So there is a very likelihood that you'll make a wrong decision because of being ignorant and not having enough experience. And then the 5th one was saying our expectation from certain decisions. So just because a certain decision worked for another person does not mean that it's going to work for you. A number of us make certain decisions based on other people's experiences or based on the expectations that we have of that choice that we want to make. No, Eve, alia kuunza. After Pusha Face School kuunza, got a job. No, immediately after school, she got married and things are happening for us. I can also do the same. So don't make decisions based on the expectations that you have of the decision you're about to make because of how it worked out for another person. Be a person that is going to make your own decision based on your own expectations, not based on what has happened in other people's lives. No, this person actually, they quit work. A lot of social media influencers will tell you to say, no, me, I quit work, then I started my own business, then after that, look at me, look at where I am right now. Even you want to quit your job in order for you to start business. Could it be that because you're not looking at, probably maybe you're not as advantaged as that person is. Maybe that person, by the time that they were quitting their job, they already had enough finances to be able to finance their business as well as their lifestyle. But you do not have enough savings. Currently, probably your job and your job is where the money is coming from to sponsor your lifestyle as well as the business. No manga mwaleke nchito. What happens to your lifestyle and the business? So don't make decisions based on what happens to the next person, or what happens to my uncle, what happened to my brother, what happens to, like, make decisions that are beneficial to you. Okay? Yeah. Nalanda sana mwe. Okay, let that simmer. Yes, so what are other things that you think distort our decision making, that affect our affect us to be able to make right decision? You all know that I am a cup person, so let me just sip in. So remember, this is a spotlight where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. We always say here, until we become, we will not relent. So you remember to share, like, follow, tag somebody, and comment. Yeah. So we're looking at effective decision making. We have looked at things that distort our ability to make decisions. We've said, number 1, peer pressure and social media. Number 2, impulsive decision making. Then number 3, trying to impress people. And then number 4, we've said lack of experience and ignorance. Then number 5, we have said our expectations from certain decisions, where we think because it worked out for person so, then it can also work out for me. So making bad decisions, all right? So making bad decisions and the consequences that comes with it, it's very normal for you to make wrong choices. But then the most important thing is for you not to dwell on the wrongs that have happened in your life, but rather to be able to forgive yourself and learn from those mistakes. Yes. The Ngoni people are happening outside. I know you can. Okay. That was a commercial break. So let's learn from our mistakes and be able to move on with life. You can't continue hitting yourself and beating yourself for the decisions that you made some years ago. All right? So now we are going to look at strategies not to use when it comes to making sound decisions. Things that you should not do when you are about to make a decision. Number 1, expecting other people to make decisions on your behalf. No, we don't do that here. We are adults. We make decisions on our own. We don't wait for other people to make decisions on our behalf. Number 2, failure to examine the options or fully consider the consequences attached to the decisions that you're about to make. When you have failed to sit down to think through about the negative effects or the negative consequences of the action that you're about to make. The moment we don't do that here. We sit down, we think through, we connect the dots. If I do this, what is it going to produce? What percentage is the negative side? What percentage is the positive side? That's what we do here, More Adult Life. Number 3, acting impulsively when making a decision without you thinking, like really sitting down to think about it. You can't make decisions based on fantasy. No, it's because he makes me, No, it's because, Let's get real when we are making these decisions. It's not about the physical appearance. It's not about the coat, the white coat. Number of people go to medicine because of the white coat. Number of people go to nursing because of the uniform. We are not doing that here. We are thinking through things and making decisions based on the realities of life. That's what we are doing. We are not making decisions based on fantasy. EI. We're not doing that. In this adult life, we're not doing that. Blaming others when things go wrong with the decisions that you have made, we are not doing that. No, if I did it on my own, it's just that my mother said, it's just that Shan said, no. When you make a decision and negative consequences follow, we are owning up the responsibility. We are taking it full responsibility. We are taking up fully to say, it was me who made the decision. I will carry the cross of what I did. We are not putting the cross on another person. We're not doing that. No one is coming to save us. We are not doing that. We are carrying the cross on our own. The consequences of our actions, we're carrying them on our own in adult life. Yes. Then following others, following what others are doing rather than thinking of ourselves. We are not doing that. We are not doing that in this era of making decisions. We are not doing that. We are thinking on our own and making decisions based on what is beneficial to us. If you're primary, to say where everybody is going, that's where where you also, that was for primary. Here in adult life, secondary school, secondary life, where we are at, we are thinking on our own and making decisions on our own. We are not following people blindly. We are not, even when it comes to careers, we are going to sit down, calculate, look at the pros and the cons of this decision that we're about to make. We are sitting down before we decide before we decide getting married to that person, we are sitting down to actually really think about it. We are not succumbing to peer pressure. We are not doing that in this adult life. We are doing things that we know that are going to be beneficial to us. That's what we're doing. So putting off things just to allow things to happen, no, we are just moving with the flow. In adult life, we don't move with the flow. We don't do that. We make choices. We get control of our lives. There is nothing like no tumonoko filea. We are not going to sit down and say, let's see where it goes. We're not doing that in adult life. In adult life, we are making decisions. We are taking control of whatever that we need to take control of, because we want to be the ones that will take full responsibility of whatever happens to us in the future. So you're not going to sit down and say, no, let's see where it goes. No. Don't move with the flow. Make the decision. Yes. Then giving in to pressure and choosing things just because, even when we are not comfortable. If you don't drink, just say, I don't drink. If you're not comfortable with this person touching you in funny ways, just tell them, we are not doing this. We are not doing anything that is making us uncomfortable just for the sake of trying to make people happy, to please them. In this adult life, we're not doing that. If you're not comfortable with it, just say, I'm not comfortable with this chapter. We are not going to sit down and listen to that boss that is going to talk to us in whichever way that they want to talk to. We are not doing that. We are making decisions that are comfortable and beneficial to us. So those are strategies not to use when it comes to making sound decisions. Make the decision so that you blame yourself. No, Kylie, no. Adult life, we don't do that. Hi. Uncomfort. No, let's see where it's going. No, we are not going to wait and see where it goes. We are not water. No. We need to see where it's going right now. Give us a map. Give us where it's going so that we know where it's going. Yes. So we need to make effective decisions when it comes to relationships, family, when it comes to career, when it comes to work, when it comes to school, even when it comes to religion. We will need to make effective decisions. Yes, we need to make effective decisions. Remember, we have said the decisions that you make today have a long-lasting impact on you and the future generations to come. So you're not just making that decision for yourself. You are making that decision on behalf of the entire generations that are going to come after you. So grandma, grandpa, make decisions that are going to help you, your children, and their children's children. Thank you. Now, importance of decision making, or importance of effective decision making. So number one is that it's a game changer, all right? It's a game changer. When you decide to make decisions on your own, you take control of your life. So it changes everything. You no longer move with the flow of life, but rather you take control of whatever that is going on in your life. So it gives you that power to control your life. It becomes a game changer. If you don't get the fiale panga sense, you tell yourself to say, no, we're going to move this direction, then it just changes everything. Or sometimes even when you are controlled by other people and then you decide to start making decisions on your own, certain things begin to fall off. So it really changes things. The number 2 is that it saves time and resources. A number of us, we have wasted money, we have wasted time, we have wasted resources because of not being able to make decisions. So you see that if you had started making decisions earlier, things could have become better. Ka? You see, ka? Even the monies that you wasted, even the resources that you wasted, the time that you wasted, if you had started making decisions earlier, things would have been way better than the way it is. So the importance of making effective decisions is that it's a game changer. It saves time and resources. Yes. Then number 3 is that it fosters personal growth. You will be able to grow as a person because now you are independent. You will learn from your experiences. You will make choices that are beneficial to you, right? You will not just make choices just for the sake of just making, like you will make choices that are beneficial to you. And you will learn things. You will progress in life when you start to make your own decisions. Then our decisions affect other people. So whenever we are taking time to make those decisions, let's always remember to say, whatever I'm deciding to do today, it's going to affect the person standing next to me, or my children, or my husband, or my partner, or my business partners, or my workmates. Like, it affects everything in life. And then decision making, it demonstrates what you value, right? Like, it really demonstrates what you value. You cannot say these are your values and act contrarily or decide contrarily on the things that you say you value. So let's just make sure that even as we go on and make these decisions, our decisions should be able to demonstrate our value for family, should be able to demonstrate our value for our faith, should be able to demonstrate our value for money. Like, it demonstrates the things that we value the most in our lives. Then the other thing is that our decisions will help us set examples to those that follow us. So remember, you're not living this life on your own, you know? In as much as you may think as if there is no one who's following you or no one is watching you, there are people that are looking at you, looking up to you. So when you begin to make right decisions, you encourage them, you motivate them to actually do better as well in life. You know? That's the whole reason why when you have an elder brother, like you follow each other. No, my brother had 6 points. I'm also going to push to get 6 points. No, my brother is doing well. No, my son. We all have people that are looking up to us. So let's make sure that even as let's always bear in mind to say the decisions that I am making today, somebody out there is following me. Yes. And it even becomes easy for people to actually respect us. This is because they'll be like, yo, this person, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Yeah. So those are the importances. That was the importance. Importance of decision making, yes? So we said, number 1, it's a game changer. Number 2, it saves time and resources. Number 3, we say the decisions, it fosters personal growth. Then development. Then number 4, our decisions affect other people. Then number 5, the decisions we make demonstrates our values, the things that we hold so dear and so close to our hearts. Then number 5, it helps us to set a good example to those that follow us or those that are looking up to us. Remember, this is the spotlight where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. So remember to like, follow, mention somebody's name, comment on what we are talking about today. Probably maybe there is, like what other importances are there that you know effective decision making can help you with. Then at this particular point, we are going to talk about how to make effective decisions. How to make effective decisions. All right? So improving decision making is a long life process. It's not like you know it, like you say, no, I'm going to start I'm going to be effective when it comes to making decisions, then you master the art and then you're good at it. Like, it's a process that takes long, that requires a lot of practice, that requires a lot of reflection, requires a lot of introspection, and requires a lot of self-awareness. So all of us can master the art of making decisions effectively, as long as we are willing to put in the work. So my question is, are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to put in the work? So number one, we are saying gather information. All right? Gather information. So make sure that you gather all the important facts about the decision that you are going to make. If it means you going to seek for help from other people based on the decision that you want to make, you going to consult probably your parents, consult a guidance teacher, consult a pastor, consult a therapist, consult whosoever that, like, as long as it will help you gather enough information about the decision that you're going to make, then we are going to do it. Because when you are informed about what you are about to do, it gives you the leverage to actually make the right choice. Right? So number one, we're saying gather information about the decision that you are going to make. Then number two, we are saying consider multiple perspectives. Right? Don't just look at something from one angle. Right? So that's the whole reason why we are saying be able to consult other people. When you consult other people, they will be able to give you different perspectives to what you are trying to resolve or what you are trying to decide. If you are looking at it from one angle, other people will be able to look at it from a different angle. All right? So this is going to help you also look at the long term and the short term of the decision that you are about to make. So people, when you go to ask for consultation, when you go to ask for counsel, when you go to ask for advice, they will be able to guide you and tell you to say, oh, actually, the decision that you are about to make, this is probably the long-term consequences of it, or the short-term consequences of it. So number two, we're saying consider multiple perspectives. Don't just be don't be the I know it all type of person. Life was never meant to be done alone. So be able to ask from other people for advice, and then they will be able to advise you. So then the other thing is, so number three, we're saying evaluate the alternatives. So obviously a choice has two or more options. So you should be able to sit down and don't be biased when you're making a choice. Like, don't be biased when you're making a choice. So be able to put down whatever that is there on the table. Okay, cool. I want to go to university. What is at hand? Okay, cool. I want to probably date this person. What is at hand? Okay, cool. I want to start a business. What is at hand? Like, we should be able to look at the alternatives that we have. And then even as we look at these alternatives, we should be able to look at the long-term consequences and the short-term consequences. What are the advantages of option A? What are the disadvantages of this option? So you look at the advantages and the disadvantages. And remember, whenever you're making a choice or deciding to do something, ensure that you make a choice or choose an alternative that has more advantages towards you than the disadvantages. It should be more beneficial to you. Okay? I know that sounds selfish, but it's not. When you are making a choice, the alternative that you're going to choose, it should be more beneficial to you, the decision maker, and not to others. Don't sacrifice yourself so much for other people. Be able to strike a balance. Oh, yeah? Then we are saying manage your emotions. So that's number 4. Manage your emotions. a number of us make decisions based on how we feel or our emotions. And what I have come to discover from my personal life is most of the decisions that I have made as a result of my emotions have been wrong decisions. So when you are about to make that choice, make sure that you are not making that choice based on your emotions. Make a choice when your mind is sound, away from your emotions. Because the moment you're making a choice based on how you feel, there's a possibility that the decision is actually not going to be correct. So I'm not saying completely take away the emotions. No, the emotions should be there, but they should not be the ones that are playing the higher role when it comes to making the decision. So manage your emotions. Then the other thing is we should be able to reflect on our past decisions, like the things that we've done in the past. So we should be able to pick up lessons like, okay, so the last time I did this, the last time I did that, yes, like be able to look at the past, like the things that you did in the past, and be able to make a concrete decision. Then seek for feedback. As you're trying to make this decision, go and ask people, okay? Go and ask people that will give you valuable insights to what you're about to do. I always say, go to your pastor, go to your mom, go to your dad, go to the counselor, go to people that genuinely care for you, that will actually give you, that will help. Like, when people genuinely love you and people genuinely care for you, when you go to them and you're about to make a decision, they will be able to give you right advice. This is because they genuinely care for you. Then practice decisiveness. Like, don't be like you want to do it, like you don't want to do it. Like, be decisive. Even as you look at all of these options, then make a decision. Once everything is on the table, make the choice. Like, don't hesitate. Once you have all the information about the consequences, the long-term and the short-term consequences of what you're about to do, you've explored all the options that were there, and now you've come to a conclusion, make that decision. But remember, I have said, when you are about to make that decision, ensure that the decision is more beneficial to you. All right? Ensure that the advantages of the choice that you have decided to choose are more than the disadvantages. Right? So that's it. So we said how to make an informed decision is, number one, gather information. Number two, consider multiple perspectives where you ask other people so that they can give you insight on what you're about to get yourself into. Then number three, we're saying evaluate alternatives. Don't just fix your eyes on one thing. Be able to look at other things. Okay, so there is option A, there is option B, there is option C. Yes. And then manage your emotions. Don't make decisions based on your emotions. Don't make decisions that are made under emotions are usually bad decisions. Then number five, we're saying reflect on the past decisions that you have made. How did it work out for you? The last time you did this, how did it work out? How have I improved from the past decision that I had actually made? And then seek feedback. Go to people that will give you insights on how best you can be able to handle this situation. And then the moment you've come to a conclusion, make the decision. Make the decision. All right? So those are practical ways in which you can be able to make an effective decision. So, okay, now let me ask a question. What do you do when you made a decision and then the decision doesn't feel like it's the best of choices that you could have made? Or how do you deal with a situation where you made a mistake? You thought option A was the best option that you could have made, and then it all turns out to say option A comes out in a negative way. What do you do? So number one is accept and forgive. Accept the fact that you made the choice and the outcome did not turn out the way you wanted it to turn out. Stop obsessing over, I could have done something else. No, I should have. No, I could have. No. we are not doing that. We are accepting whatever that has happened has happened. The choice was not the best of choices. Cool. Forgive yourself. You are imperfect, and it is very, like, you're imperfect and you make mistakes. That's very okay. Forgive yourself and treat yourself with a lot of compassion and mercy and grace. Then number 2 is stay positive, right? The fact that you've messed up, the fact that the decision that you made was not a very good decision, it does not mean to say now everything else has been wasted. No, have a positive type of attitude where you tell yourself to say, okay, cool. Yes, it didn't work out, but I will try again. I will push again. I started that business, it didn't work out. I'll try again. I'll push again. I did whatever that I did, but it didn't work out. I'll try again. I will push again. So stay positive. It's very, very important that you carry along with you a positive mindset as you journey in this life. Because time and again, challenges will come as a result of the decisions that we have made. Because like I always say, choices are probabilities. It's a 50-50 probability. It can turn out good, it can turn out bad. So if it turns out good, well and good. If it turns out bad, we keep the positivity to say, okay, cool, we'll make another decision, we'll try again. We'll learn from the mistakes that we have made and we forge ahead. Then the last one is learn from the mistakes. Okay? Learn from the mistakes. A number of us, when we've made a mistake, we don't want to think about it. We don't want to even associate ourselves with that decision that we had made. We just want to bury it. We just want to forget about it. No, don't forget about it. Look at it as it is. Be able to pick up some lessons. Because I'm Bemba. Yeah. So be able to pick up some lessons from the decisions that you had made. Then look at them and say, okay, this. So pick up the best things that are going to be in your interest, in your best interest, from the mistakes that you have made. Remember, this has been the Spotlight, where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. So today we were talking about effective decision making. So I hope you have learned something. I hope you have picked up something. And I just hope that through it all, you will be able to comment something, and you'll be able to share, and you'll be able to follow. So in conclusion, we are saying, don't put your life's greatest power, which is freedom of choice, in the hands of other people. Okay? He who can't make his own decisions cannot control his life. From me, Chileshe Joyce Mukunta, it's bye-bye till next time. God bless you. Until we become, we shall not relent. Bye.